Welcome to this deep dive. You know, there are some passages in ancient texts that just, they grab you by the collar, don't they?
They really do.
And refuse to let go, demanding a closer look. Today we're diving headfirst into one of the most enigmatic sections of the entire Bible, Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 to 5.
Some heavy hitters in there.
Absolutely. We're talking about the mysterious sons of God, the daughters of men, the intriguing Nephilim, and God's profound response to a world just spiraling into wickedness.
It's a lot to cover.
It is. Our mission here is really to distill the core insights from these ancient, sometimes, well, perplexing verses and maybe figure out what they mean for us today.
Yeah, it's true. These verses are absolutely packed with layers of meaning. I mean, centuries of debate and contemplation have gone into them.
Right.
I'm genuinely excited to explore how these seemingly disparate elements, the unusual unions, a divine decree, how they connect to paint such a powerful picture.
A foundational picture, yeah.
Foundational, exactly, of early human history and its broader implications for how we understand humanity and, well, divinity.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
We begin our journey in Genesis 6.1. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them.
Pretty straightforward start.
It feels like this verse simply sets the stage, doesn't it? Humanity is flourishing, multiplying just as God commanded way back in Genesis 1.28. It's like a new era of growth.
Exactly. And that rapid population growth isn't just some casual detail. It's the crucial backdrop.
Okay.
This booming human presence is what sets the stage for the truly extraordinary and, frankly, unsettling events that follow. It emphasizes that humanity's influence, for better or worse, is, expanding across the earth.
But then this escalating human population quickly sets the stage for something really pivotal, highly debated too. Genesis 6.2. The sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose.
Here's where it gets complicated.
This is where things get really intriguing, right? Because who are these sons of God? The debate is intense.
Oh, absolutely. And what's fascinating here is that there are several major traditional interpretations, each with, well, significant implications.
Like what?
Well, one prominent view holds that they are fallen angels.
Fallen angels, okay.
Which suggests a kind of cosmic rebellion infecting the human realm, blurring the lines between the divine and human.
Wow.
Then another interpretation posits they are descendants of Seth, the righteous lineage.
Seth's line.
Yeah, highlighting how quickly even a good line can succumb to moral decay, through intermarriage. And a third perspective suggests they represent ancient rulers or kings.
Powerful humans, basically.
Powerful humans wielding unchecked earthly power and abusing it. But regardless of the specific view you might lean towards, it's undeniably clear that something profoundly unusual and fundamentally rebellious against divine order is unfolding here.
So if we consider, say, the fallen angel interpretation for a second, how does that really impact our understanding of the Nephilim themselves? Does it mean these offspring were something more than just human, even if born of human women?
That's an excellent question.
It certainly complicates our view of humanity's role in this early wickedness, doesn't it?
It does. If they are fallen angels, it suggests the introduction of a non-human element into the human lineage, creating a hybrid, maybe, that defies the natural order in God's design.
Right.
This would underscore a cosmic dimension to the corruption, where evil isn't just internal to humanity, but actively introduced from another realm.
Okay.
But if they are humans, say from the line of Seth or powerful kings, then the corruption remains distinctly human.
Which is maybe even scarier in some ways.
It demonstrates the profound depth of human depravity, even without direct supernatural intervention. So the nature of the sons of God fundamentally shapes how we interpret the Nephilim.
Okay, so this escalating situation, it doesn't go unnoticed. God's direct response comes right after, in Genesis 6.3. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years.
A line is drawn.
This sounds like a major shift, a divine intervention setting a clear limit.
It absolutely does. And the scholarly discussions around that 120 years are particularly rich.
Oh, so.
Well, some believe it's a direct countdown to the global flood. Like, humanity has 120 years to repent.
A deadline.
A deadline, yeah. Others interpret it as a newly established maximum human lifespan, A dramatic reduction from the, centuries-long lives mentioned just chapters earlier.
It's a huge drop.
Huge. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it certainly implies God is introducing this limit as a way to perhaps restrain the rampant evil.
Put a cap on it.
Put a cap on the human excess that was consuming the earth. It's a divine response to a situation that has clearly gotten completely out of hand.
You know what's fascinating about that 120-year limit, especially if it is a new lifespan? It seems like a compassionate act in its own way.
How do you mean?
Well, to cap the time available for unchecked wickedness. Does that suggest God's judgment is also intertwined with a form of mercy, maybe? Even in this dire situation.
That's an insightful way to look at it. I think so. While it's definitely a judgment, setting a limit on life could be seen as a form of grace.
Okay.
Preventing evil from perpetuating itself endlessly, maybe.
Yeah.
And giving humanity a finite period to turn back. It limits the spread and duration of corruption, offering a boundary.
And an opportunity.
And implicitly an opportunity for change, exactly.
Yeah.
It reveals God's sovereignty over both life and time as a means of managing human depravity.
Then Genesis 6.4 introduces yet another enduring enigma. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown.
The Nephilim.
Just when you think you're getting a handle on it, the Nephilim emerge, deepening the mystery.
Indeed. Some translations call them giants, right?
Right, giants.
And there are all sorts of legends about them across ancient Near Eastern cultures, often depicting them as powerful, sometimes fearsome figures.
So what were they really?
Well, their exact nature remains debated. Were they literally enormous beings? Were they powerful tyrants? What seems crucial here is that their presence signifies a period of immense power, yes, but also profound corruption.
Power and corruption going hand in hand.
Seems so. They're described as heroes of old, men of renown, which suggests their influence was widespread, maybe intimidating, contributing to the pervasive wickedness of the era. Their existence challenges the boundaries between the human and potentially the supernatural, illustrating a breakdown of order.
So if the Nephilim represent a kind of unnatural outcome of these unions, whether supernatural or just human power run rampant, how does their presence underscore the core problem God sees in humanity at this time? Are they a symptom, a cause, or maybe both?
I'd say very much a symptom and perhaps an accelerant.
An accelerant. Interesting.
Yeah, their existence points to a world where boundaries have been transgressed, where power is abused, and where human structures have become warped. They represent the profound consequences of the sons of God taking any woman they chose.
Okay.
Their renown isn't necessarily positive. It could easily signify notoriety and a corrupt form of leadership that dominated the age, making the wickedness even more pervasive, more entrenched. They are like a tangible manifestation of the moral decay.
And this narrative, this whole sequence, comes to its powerful and, frankly, heartbreaking culmination in Genesis 6.5. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. It's not just a strong statement. It's a gut punch, isn't it?
It really is.
Not just actions, but the very inclination of thought. All the time.
It truly is devastating. This passage deepens our understanding of that wickedness beyond mere bad actions. It's a diagnosis of the human condition at that point, the heart, the very core of humanity. Intellect, will, emotion, had turned entirely away from God.
Completely.
Every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. That phrase speaks to a fundamental, pervasive corruption. It's presented as a heartbreaking moment for God, a profound grief.
Grief, not just anger.
Exactly. And it unequivocally sets the stage for the flood, demonstrating the absolute severity of the situation and, well, the necessity of such a radical response.
So what we've seen in these few verses is both the profound mystery and the deep tragedy of early human history. We encounter themes of exponential growth, creativity, even the emergence of legendary figures like the Nephilim.
Growth and power.
Yet woven through it all is this deepening spiral of sin and brokenness. And God's response, as you just pointed out, isn't just raw anger, but it feels like profound grief, a real sense of loss over what has become of his creation. It's a moment of immense divine sorrow.
So what does this all mean for us today, then, if we connect this to the bigger picture? These ancient verses aren't just historical curiosities.
No, they feel relevant.
They powerfully illustrate how unchecked human wickedness and defiance of divine order can so profoundly grieve the Creator that it precipitates a world-altering response. This challenges us, I think, to really look at our own hearts.
Yeah.
Are we merely going through the motions, or are we genuinely seeking God in our thoughts and intentions, not just our outward actions? What are the giants or temptations in our own lives, those overwhelming influences or desires that pull us away from what's good, away from God's original design for us?
That's a challenging question.
It is. This passage is a stark reminder that God cares deeply about the state of our hearts, not just our actions. He desires a genuine relationship, not simply rule following or, external compliance.
As we bring this deep dive to a close, it's clear that these ancient texts, despite their mysteries, raise enduring questions that are incredibly relevant even now, especially when we consider the state of our own world and our own hearts.
Yeah, and this raises an important question, I think, for all of us listening. How do we respond to the things in Scripture that we don't fully understand? Do the enigmas, like the sons of God and the Nephilim, do they draw us closer to God in humility and curiosity, or do they push us away in doubt or dismissal?
That's a great question. And I'll add one final reflection point for you listening.
Hmm.
Where do you recognize God's grief or longing for relationship in your own life today? How can you respond to his invitation to walk more closely with him, moving beyond mere actions to the very intentions of your heart?
Hmm.
Now, we'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the sons of God and the Nephilim after this deep dive? How do you guard your heart in a world full of distractions and, well, temptations? And what other questions do these mysterious verses raise for you?
Yeah, let us know.
Share your thoughts and questions. We'd love to feature them in future deep dives. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the faith.